keep losing in because half of our team sucks. No, I'm
Half
just
half
kidding.
of
They're
that
good
team
guys.
being me.
They're good guys. They're good guys. I mean, I don't know. Are you on the team anymore?
I am. Chill your roll.
I
How did the last week's game go? Because like I haven't talked to anybody about how it went other than just like seeing the messages on the
Well,
thing.
it was funny. We lost pretty hard game one, so we were kind of like, I wouldn't say demoralized, but we were bummed out that we lost pretty hard. And then we crushed them in game two, so we got all hype, and then we got our asses beat in game three. So
What was like? Why were you getting your ass kicked? Was it just like a hand stiff or was it a strat diff?
for me, it was a hand stiff. I was just getting destroyed in my own lane. But it was weird because I crushed the second game with 0 deaths. So
I saw you went like 10-0 and whatever on Malzahar.
yeah, like 14, 0, and 2 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then into the other two games. Not sure why.
Hmm.
I blame Healy not being able to micromanage my brain from the ADC role instead of jungle. I'm only good at this game when someone's micromanaging my macro choices.
I mean, you and me both. I'm not gonna turn my brain on to play
True.
the game. Why would
True,
I? That's not
actually,
fun.
you are actually a turd burglar without someone micromanaging your macro.
Exactly.
A turbo enter, as they say.
At least I know it and can admit it.
True, true,
That's step
true.
one to acceptance, right?
Are we in AA or are we playing video games?
I mean, we're just chatting. Are you gonna be able to watch any of Worlds, given the schedule, or no?
Literally all of it if I want.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
You
have class until late, so I can just get up early.
get up at 3 a.m.
Uh, it's 5 a.m.
3 a.m.
In US. No,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. They just released the schedule today. It's 3 a.m. start time.
Really? Because I thought that was California time.
It's 12 o'clock California time.
Well, that's some bullshit. Whose idea was that?
It's how it's always been whenever it's over in Asia.
Wait, do you mean the Asian games or you mean Worlds, right?
I mean Worlds.
Well, I can watch the later ones when it's like 6 a.m.
I mean, I'll be able to watch like the 7 a.m. on ones.
Yeah, that's what I'll be able to watch. I just thought they started at 7.
Nope. They start at 3, wrap up around 9, I'm guessing.
Well, that's a bummer.
Yep. It sucks. But it could be worse, I guess.
Yeah, it could be way worse, to be honest with you.
I'm trying to think of how I want to do content around Worlds. I was thinking of doing like play on like Good Morning America and do like Good Morning North America, I don't know, GMNA or something like that. And
Yeah, with like the day's recap or whatever.
yeah, and like try and have it out. But the problem is work. Like on days that we're playing, like on weekdays, I don't know if I'll be able to like have a, especially if I'm in office, I can't do anything. But I don't know what like I'll be able to do and what I won't be able to do. If I'm at home, I'll be perfectly fine. But like, you don't want to set the precedent of being able to do it and then just skipping a day, because I got to be in office, and that's Tuesday through Thursday, so that's 3 days of the week.
Better get some good time management skills, bub.
Literally impossible. I'll be watching some of the morning games on the way to the office. It's impossible.
It's gonna take like a 4-hour walk to the office.
Yeah, no, I don't think it works like that. I don't think I have that kind of flexibility.
Yeah, you just gotta get up early. Are you dedicated enough?
It's not you. That's not how it works. North America's going to have the final games of the day. You understand that, right?
Oh, I thought you meant watching Worlds in general, not specifically.
No, well, I'll be able to watch Worlds like that. That's no problem. Like I'm going to wake up early most mornings at probably like 7 a.m. and catch the final 3 games of the day. But in terms of like making content around it, I'm not sure how
Oh,
or what
right,
exactly
because
I'm
you
going to do.
go from watching it when you have free time in the morning to not being able to do the video right after. So you'd have to do it at night then, I guess, right?
Yeah, but then that goes against like the whole Good Morning North America thing. And the problem is like you're working with a very specific timing window where, because Swiss Stage is going to take place over several days in a row, posting content after the next day already happens makes the previous video irrelevant. So like you have to get it out and maximize the window of which you're getting it, like you're putting the video out there.
Don't you have one of those funky fresh flex schedules for work?
No, I do not. Not during year-end close.
Well, basically, it's at the worst possible time.
Yep. I mean, last year during Worlds, I was doing, like, I would work from the office from 9 until 3 or 4, and then go straight to Madison Square Garden and work from the media area for like 3 hours.
Ew.
And then go, like, work for a little bit there, and then, like, I'd be done by the time the 7 or 8 o'clock games came around, and I'd be able to watch, like, the final few games without having to worry about anything.
That sounds gross.
But I think I was in the middle of interviewing Yamato last year when I got a Slack message like, hey, I need this deliverable for, like, this time. You know, one of the higher ups is asking, and we need it basically, like, now. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm talking to Yamato, and the Slack just pops up, and I was like, whoa, great. Phenomenal. But
sucks to be you.
Could be worse. I'll figure out a way to do it. I'm not quite certain how. But
we always do.
Anything you want to chat about before I go into some personal shit?
Wait, hold on. What do you mean personal shit?
Just about a field trip that I took today for work that I wanted to talk through.
Oh. No.
You got nothing league related that you want to discuss at all. This is the first time you've been on the podcast since C9 got their ass kicked.
YOLO 420 and Cloud9's gonna crush it at Worlds.
I mean, I hope so, but
I don't know. I mean,
do you think Fudge is actually going to show up?
The league stuff, I've been more focused on our team, trying to play games with Healy and stuff. Like, not actually paying attention, because there's nothing to pay attention for pro. Like, nothing's going on unless you're, like, obsessively following, like, Korean solo queue accounts of our players, you know what I mean? Like, any NA players, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing really going on. The scene's just kind of in stasis until actual World starts.
Which I will say is kind of a blessing to have the little bit of LCS right now. It fills the time perfectly.
Yeah, it's too bad we suck, but apparently we're playing all the teams that have the same or worse record than us now, and we got the hard teams out of the way, so...
Yep, we just need one of the teams above us to, like, lose a game. And, like, drop down to our record, assuming we win out.
And they're all playing each other, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, I guess we'll talk about the LEC format in a bit. Like, I want to save that for when Paul gets here as well.
The LEC format was so stupid. So goddamn stupid. Anyways, continue.
I don't mind the 3 splits, but we'll get into it. So, we took a field trip today at work to ABC News's studio, which, for those that don't know, is on, like, the Upper West Side of New York City, is where they film The View, Nightline, or whatever the one with David Muir is, and, like, a bunch of other
Dateline?
Well, I think they filmed Dateline there as well. But we were going around, we were touring it. I can't obviously talk about some of the stuff that we talked about because it was, like, you know, internal actual company stuff. But one of the things that I did find interesting was, like, we went to the studio where everything was filmed, and, like, some people were asking about more finance related stuff because it was, like, our entire finance team going over there. And I just sat there and watched somebody, like, prepping, like, content and filming. Like, we went in the production rooms and, like, watched as, like, they were setting up somebody that was prepping a special out in Ukraine, and, like, the camera was live and, like, the feed was coming in and everything was there. And it was interesting because it was, like, it was the first time that I've looked at it and thought, I really would love to do that.
What do you mean?
I would love to be the person, like it's an extension of, like, content creation in a way, Where like,
Yes.
they're reading into the teleprompters, they're creating the content that the studios or that the news network's gonna put out. Obviously not like news shit. I don't want to do that, but like I don't know. I really enjoy what I've been doing with content creation, and I looked at that and was like, that is like a logical next evolution of what it like content creation could be, and
Which
that would
means
be
you gotta
really
leave your
cool.
nice cushy paying job that you have now. That's all there is to it.
I would not want to be the correspondent. I want to be like the host. Like
I
the
know.
I was just answering chat.
Oh, I don't have chat open.
Yeah, but
I'm like a movie star that doesn't want to watch the movies he makes.
wow. I mean, technically, smart thing, but you also need to study your film a little bit.
True. True.
I don't know. I just found it interesting because like they were putting on like the earpiece, and then like people. It's always funny because like you could tell people that have never like been behind in like a studio before because like they saw the teleprompter, and they're like, wait, if that's the teleprompter, where's the camera? And it's like the teleprompter is the camera. That's the point.
People have never seen movies that have teleprompter in them. They literally show you the camera like 9 out of 10 times.
Well, I mean, I don't. I think they might have known partially, but they don't exactly know how it works. Because for those that don't know or aren't aware, like if the camera is like if the lens, use my phone for example, if the thing is shooting here, you don't actually have like the teleprompter like right in front. It's actually a glass plane or glass pane that's at 45 degrees that's reflecting the teleprompter, which is hanging out underneath it here. So the teleprompter is actually like flat, and they have somebody that like manually scrolls through the teleprompter, and the glass reflects it so that the person coming on like the way you're looking at it, it looks like you're looking directly into the camera at the words, but the words aren't actually in front of the camera. They're flat down here.
Yeah, I know.
I know you don't, but some people in the audience might not know. Now I will say that is different because uh when I looked back at the world footage to see what what Dash was doing when he was reading, because I thought I remembered their teleprompter being different and like not being like that. Uh, they just had a straight up TV teleprompter at Worlds.
Some of them also do a lot of memorization,
Uh, it
where it's
was
like for for the stuff that doesn't really change. Like obviously, if like breaking news comes on or a producer whispers in your ear, you have to switch it up. But like some of them just like memorize a lot of it, so that when the prompter comes, it's like you already know most of it. The prompter is kind of like it's not so obvious. You know what I mean? It's not like not so difficult.
yeah. I don't think I'm allowed to say what I would say like and give more information into like that specific portion because I did learn a little bit about how that works and like who directly works on their scripts. So they're like when they're doing their segments, they are directly reading the teleprompter versus others didn't read scripts. Like they had an idea what was going on, but they would as they were reading it, they would also kind of freestyle it, and it takes a very trained person on the teleprompter to be able to predict what the person is going to do live and adjust the
Yeah.
teleprompter to where it needs to be, knowing that they'll come back in and like get back on script at a certain point, because the teleprompter is manually controlled. For those that don't know, it's not like an automatic thing that just keeps going. I don't know. I found that cool personally.
No, it's pretty cool.
But yeah, we're talking about it. A few of my coworkers found out that I did content for the first time today, which is kind of weird. But
Do any of them even know what the fuck League of Legends is?
no, they don't. I had
That's the
to.
best
That
part.
was the first 2 minutes of explaining everything, because we were going around and people were asking like, "Oh, would you work here? Like, what would you think about like a job here?" And I was like, "I would not want to do any job other than be the on-air talent. That's the only job that like I out of all this that like I can actually see myself like thoroughly enjoying and doing."
On-air talent looking ass motherfucker. Oh wait,
We try
not
and
allowed to swear, are we?
no, you can swear. There's nothing against it. It's just
Fuck
the first
me.
like 30 seconds of a video on YouTube that you can't swear because then it messes with the algorithm and monetization of it.
Very cool.
On-air talent, the least amount of work possible. I think that's a little bit disingenuous. You don't go like sure. I just feel like there's not a lot. People don't see a lot of like the behind the scenes, like the prep that goes into that type of stuff. I don't know. But the question is, how do you get an on-air job in gaming and esports in New York City?
You ask Nars. That's how.
NARS?
Yeah, she used to run NYC LOL. Christina, not Christina, Jennifer. She used to run it with Judy.
Oh wait, Paul just said please read DM.
Oh, I know what Paul's DM said. It said, "Wow, this guy's doing such a good job. I'm just gonna sit back and let him do it." Thank you, Paul.
Nah, Paul's here for me to actively dunk on you. Now I have somebody else to join me and shit talk you.
I am sorry.
Don't apologize, dude. You're fine. I don't give a crap. There's
That was literally just because I forgot.
there's really not all that much going on right now that it's not like
Asia Games?
oh yeah, because I want to watch Korea dunk on Vietnam so hard on an old patch. No.
Hey, there. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah.
I don't even understand the point of it.
It's like the Olympics, but for Asian countries only.
I guess.
Yeah, it's really just for Asian countries, and it's pretty boring because it's just teams getting curb stopped, and it's Koreans playing to not join the military.
And it's also kind of just like it's like low. I don't know the right word.
Low stakes.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I mean,
pretty
for them,
high stakes
for them,
for
this is the
Koreans.
highest stakes that you're ever gonna get. For China and everybody else, not so much.
I'd say it's low preparation and like not as high skill because they're not what is it? There's not enough like actual team bonded together, and it's not like high impact gameplay.
Yeah.
But it is Korean players playing for the right to not join the military, and it's Chinese players playing just to make Koreans have to join the military.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which, for any normal person, you're 100% going into that being like, look, I don't mind a silver medal.
Yeah.
But for Paul, and for anybody else that I know that is just that level of petty that it's like, wouldn't it be kind of cool if I was the reason Faker had to join the military and retire?
Oh yeah, I would be playing out of my mind.
I know exactly how you would be. You'd want to cuck them so hard.
I'd be trying my hardest to make sure all of them had to join the military.
Damn, bro, it's harsh.
I mean, I've already been in, so.
True.
It's not like I know it sucks to join the military, but it's also like I feel like it would only be over there though. Like I'd have to know what the idea is of the Chinese and the Koreans, because if it was like us playing Mexico, I wouldn't be tryharding to make a Mexican go to the Mexican military. If it was us versus Canada and they had to join the military, I would totally try hard because I'd be like, Canada's a pretty well spun up country. I'm not worried about this guy, joining the Canadian military, like, and having a tough life. I feel like for the Mexican guy, I'd be like, I don't feel like I need to be the reason you have to join the military and fight the cartel or something. Like,
Jesus.
I'd be like, you get a pass from me, pal.
Colin asked, so if you're someone on the Chinese team from JDG, do you throw to Korea in hopes that you can keep ruler longer?
I think they will, because Knight's the mid laner. If you're Knight, do you throw so you can keep Kanavi?
I mean,
that's a bigger deal than ruler. Mid jungle duo is huge.
In that case,
In
I'd
China.
say yeah. But also, what would happen if like the Asian game, or is it Kespa that runs it? Like, what happens if like
Mhm.
they uncover a massive like match fixing scandal between countries? So like,
Yeah, and I wonder how that does work, because I don't see how if you're teammates with a guy, you're try-harding to make sure he has to join the military, you know?
yeah, there's no chance.
Like, Kanavi's been in China for too long with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you, as Knight, look across the room, like across the stage, see your friend over there, and go, you know what I want to do today? I want to
Ruin
play
that
my
fucker's
best
life.
and make. What were you saying, Nick?
Ruin that fucker's life.
Yeah, let's ruin his career and send him to the army. Get out of my gaming house, dude. I'm done.
What would be hilarious is China ends up winning, and it causes the implosion of JDG because
Yeah.
China ends up winning, and Ruler and Kanavi both just look at Knight and are like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
Yep.
no, I'm not winning worlds for you now. Screw you.
Yep.
Ruler's like, I already got mine.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know. It is kind of annoying though, the Asia games, because it's also at the same time like, really, we're gonna hold up probably one of the coolest worlds runs in a while. Like we have a chance at a Grand Slam, and we're gonna hold this up for a month because of something. But I mean, we're three Americans talking about Asian games and how insignificant they are to us, which is
Speak for yourself.
To be fair, if we got Olympic League of Legends,
yeah.
worlds would mean nothing to me anymore. All
I
that
don't know.
matters is kicking everybody's ass. And like, we don't win anything in League of Legends on an international scale. But if we continue the Olympic tradition of
me.
America kicking ass, and
Excuse me.
what?
In 2018, Cloud9 placed top 4 in the world.
It's not even meddling.
Shut up, idiot.
I love I've seen a lot of posts about that lately because everyone's bored and we're getting like mid off season content, whatever,
Yep.
like pre off season content, and the amount of posts I've seen lately about either Cloud9 people saying they're hated too much, or you have the other camp who says Cloud9's not hated enough for not winning lately, and I'm just like, it's all gold because the comments are just comedy gold.
That's the entire premises of a 15-minute video that I have coming out on Monday next week. That's the entire point.
Is Cloud9.
I went in and I just analyzed it from both sides. I was like, look, the Cloud9 fans saying the C9's not getting enough hate are right. And the Cloud9 fans saying they're getting too much hate are right. Here's why. I basically just stoked the flames on both sides, but at the end of the day, it was just like, get your shit together. Like, I don't care. Like, C9 fans, you can implode all you want. You can talk about roster changes after Worlds. Get through this fucking tournament first. I don't want to hear
So it was a shit post in the form of a video?
Yeah, in a way. In a way.
Yeah.
They grow up so fast.
I don't like getting compliments from Nick. It scares me.
It's interesting because like C9 is in a position where it's like, yeah, you're being hated is a good thing because it means you're still good.
Ooh. I just realized Briar is out.
Yeah. Briar's now on live patch.
One of the worst release win rate champions ever.
What, Briar?
Really?
Yep, she's at 34%, I think.
And that's going to climb stupidly high, stupidly quick.
I didn't even know she was out.
I feel like Kiana would have had a lower win rate, right? Because she was like one of the most mechanically intense release champions in a while, right?
Who?
Kiana.
Asked. I mean, what? Oh, sorry. I mean, Healy. Kiana was picked up pretty fast, but I mean, she's mechanically intensive. Not just. There's a difference, I think, between mechanically complex and weak. Like,
So you're
I think,
saying this is the first time that Riot Games has released a champion that's insanely weak?
yep.
That's not Lilia?
Well, I mean, the weakest. Because if you have to think about it, like from a marketing and business point of view, you're not going to you're not going to release champions that are weak, right? You want people to buy them and buy the release skins and stuff. You want them to be OP. So I
Yeah,
mean,
that's true.
it's really, you know, if you happen to have a champion that's, just straight up weak, it's an outlier instead of just like he's talking about Kiana, but Kiana's mechanically incredibly demanding. So it's not so much. I don't know. It's not so much like her win rate was low because she was bad as a champion or like her numbers were too low. It was literally people just fucking sucked at her.
Yeah, I don't see anybody playing Neela either.
I love
Or
She she's good in certain spots, but she's really like a huge counterpick angle.
her like opening video was so cool, and then like I started playing and I was like, bro, nobody touches this champ. Like maybe somebody is, and I'm not seeing her in my ranked games, but
I mean, Nick can attest to it. Like we played
David's
Neela.
very bad at her.
We got to flat last season with you playing
I mean,
Victor and me playing her in our Wombo combo ultimates.
you should know that even if you were the greatest at her, I'd still be like, this is dog shit.
This is why I keep
Also,
people like that in my life.
the new champion ability art came out with the Briar patch.
Wow.
You mean, yeah,
yeah, you're
the
right.
things
I
I
saw
never
the new
pay
Now
attention
Fight
to.
stuff.
Like
and
I,
Lee Sin and what?
like I'm ever gonna notice those icons in game.
I don't know. I just got the impression that nothing's going on, so we can talk about whatever. God.
Oh no, we can. I mean, if anything, we could talk about the Halo uh, commentator that got kicked out of everything for making transgender or anti-trans comments on Twitter today.
Oh, was that the one who put like they were on a Christian whatever?
Yeah, she cited a Bible verse
Ernie.
and was like, no trans allowed in whatever Discord server she was in. And I was like,
Good idea.
you're fucking dumb. That's so...
I just don't understand people who like do things that are, I guess, like against their best interest from a business point of view. Not even you can say whatever you want about like morals and stuff, but like people just like seem to just revel in like not having good business sense. Like who cares what you think about in your own fucking whatever? Like I don't know. It's you immediately commit business suicide when you say things like this, regardless of like the actual like anybody wants to like conversate back and forth about touchy topics like that. Just like it's never a good idea from a business standpoint, no matter how you feel. It's just so dumb.
I also don't understand. Like when I looked at the replies, it was people citing other Bible verses, and Paul, you're more religious than I am, no?
Yeah.
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 Would citing a Bible verse to somebody that's already chose a bigoted verse themselves actually change the mind of somebody?
No, it just makes
14-year-old atheist me would have some shit to say there, but this is not the 90s. I mean,
yeah, it just makes I would just chuckle and move on, but what I read from her was already like she was so stupid in her approach that I was like anything we say to her is just gonna
Well, that's
like
that's my question is like, is it worth in these situations where somebody says something dumb like that, is it worth even trying to like show them that they're wrong? Or do you just chop it up and move on?
I think you give her an opportunity to apologize and see if she wants to take back what she said.
No, her career is nuclearly obliterated now.
Yeah, because if she responds like incorrectly, like you give her the option to allow them to play, right? And let them join this Discord and say, hey, do you realize your take was very hateful and spiteful? And then when she obviously, as she did, doubles down, you then can be like, okay, we gave her the second chance. 2 strikes, you're out for me. Adios. That's good enough. Because I saw it, and I'm like, I've been getting a lot more back into Christianity since I've been out here, and I read it, and I
Another
instantly
classic.
saw a Bible verse posted, and I went, well, that's probably an interesting thread, and I didn't click it because I was like, that's probably not going well for her. I was like, I'm not gonna touch that. I just kept scrolling.
Look, I grew up Catholic. I grew up reading the Bible and shit like that because I went to Catholic school from like
You
kindergarten
fucking
through fourth.
wait a second, so did I.
And I like after I got to college, like I stopped going to church as much because like I had somebody tell me when I was younger, like a pastor told me, like, I'd rather you spend an hour on the golf course thinking about God than force yourself to be in church for an hour thinking about golf.
Of course, this fucking story is about golf.
It's Sunday morning. That's what you do. But it was like I heard that and it was like the second I heard that I was checked out on like almost everything that Christianity specifically had to offer because like it was just pelted in my brain growing up Catholic. That's like
Yep.
I can't sit here and like that's look, you can believe whatever religion you want. I believe that there is a creator of all of this, but I don't believe that Christianity has it right, that Judaism has it right, that anybody has it right.
Oh,
I don't
David
think
hates Jews. You heard it here first.
that's what we need in the podcast right there.
Honestly, you know what's funny is we talk about people from various everywhere talk about like separation of church and state a lot, but like honestly, the separation of business and politics and like people is just it's never been more clear that that's like always the right move is to just like never put your own personal I don't know base out there. Like who cares? And not from a you should have to hide it or anything. More just like a who gives a fuck? Like goddamn, nobody ever gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sports players
like,
are good at sports.
I don't care what fucking Captain Flowers believes politically or that his values. I don't care.
I think the only thing that where religion and sport or business mixes is if a college quarterback is a believer in God. Whenever I hear an SEC quarterback say, I want to thank God, I'm like, that kid could win the Heisman. That man could win the Heisman. There is a chance. He's on the path. There is a good chance, but I saw all those jokes about Quinn Ewers after that Bama game. It said the second he said, I've been believing more in God lately, people are like, yep, he's killing Bama. Bama stands no chance. He has the power of God in Texas.
Oh,
it's called 5 stars mixed with a little faith. It can take you a long way.
The constant chat problem is religion, Christianity especially has been used to weaponize people's insecurities. Brother, Christianity's been used as a weapon for anything for the last 5,000 years.
Yeah.
Like Christianity has been the root of almost not every major conflict, but like the overwhelming
majority
in history.
Today, David, is that what we're doing?
Clearly.
I mean, when I read that comment by her and I saw she was putting in Bible verses, I was just like, that thread cannot be good. I was like, that thread is hotter than hell right now, and she is fighting for her life. I was like, and she's gone for better because, I mean, reading what she wrote, I was like, yeah, you suck. I was like, you are a bad person. I was like, and you can't like. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, Colin questioning my 5,000 years. What year is it, chat? It's 2023 AD. You need to learn what BC is, my friend. Go read a Bible.
They're like AD's nuts.
Oh my god. Because it's just the idea that like she could use an equal opportunity course, like something like that in her life. She needs a course where
I
she
think she
goes and
should use
learns
a
how to speak
course on
business.
shut the fuck up. Who cares?
Yep.
Not you. I mean for her.
No,
Like her point of
I know exactly what you mean. She needs that bad.
You too, though, Paul.
An
Oh,
HR department for her would go a really far way.
brother, Christianity became a thing well before AD.
AD's nuts.
Like, you
I
realize,
mean, that's
like,
what
the basis of AD
Jeez.
means after death, which means there are 30-some years of Jesus Christ being alive before that point, which are the whole basis of Christianity in the first place. Then you have the whole Old Testament, which deals with BC. Again,
There's the before come period, the in between, and then the after. And that's how it all comes together.
before, come, and after dick.
I
What
don't
is
know.
wrong with the two of you? This is not a normal podcast.
It's the crossover. We're crossing
Sorry.
over into multiple topics. What do you mean?
It's
Multiple
not our
fucking
fault.
conventions
Halo
at this
took us
point.
down this road,
Fine.
and Halo did this.
Fine. I will get us off the Halo topic and onto a better one. Call of Duty. Would you buy... My honest question. Would you buy a new game for $70 that is a 4K HD upgrade with a few extra things of a 2009 game?
I play League of Legends.
So basically Starfield, but it's Skyrim.
In a way.
No, it's not the case at all. But anyways, no. Unless you mean Madden 2000 through 2023, all the same game.
I mean, it's basically the same concept in a way. And I think I might buy it. I know I might be dumb for that. But, like, come on. This is my display for a reason. This game is the goated Call of Duty game of all time. And the fact that we were getting all the maps back in HD format and in, like, today's age, absolutely goated.
League of Legends 2
me sounds like
clears.
do you want to telling me sounds like a crack addict, or you want me to?
You can. To be honest, I'll just leave it to you. I don't talk Call of Duty.
I don't either. It's all stupid.
Literally, why would you?
I was a
why
thinking man's gamer. I played GoldenEye like a true cad.
Why would you buy Call of Duty when we all three in this know that you're gonna be back to League within a week?
He can't even stop playing League. We're in the LBLCS.
Yeah.
The game doesn't come out until end of October, early November. We'll be kicked out of playoffs well before then.
I mean, I wish he would stop playing so we can fucking get a real player. What? Who said that?
Noted. You're off the team next slit. Easy enough.
I am your best player behind Healy. Why are you talking?
I exist. Are you kidding me?
I am the GOAT.
My gosh.
I'm just gonna spam Monka. See how well that works out for you.
That's upsetting.
How'd your last games go? Your last series?
We lost.
Fair enough.
I'm not there, they lose. Simple as that.
Poorly.
Yeah, it turns out when one of your players cancels last minute, you do lose.
Hey, second I found out that I had to cancel, I put it in the Discord.
You did.
It was I didn't care.
I'm
if it
sorry
was
I
3
couldn't
a.m.
jump in. If you guys just plan for Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays every week, I could sub in.
We try to, but that's the nature of being a captain in this league. Is like you have to make certain concessions.
We just played on a Monday. And we had Kento instead of you.
You played on
that was
Sunday
Sunday.
night.
Did we?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the whole nature of the problem. Is like my weekend nights tend to shit happens.
Well, to quote Bunk Moreland from The Wire, "Eee."
Yeah.
Man. Do we want to talk about the EG Valorant situation?
I don't even. Well, I do know, Evan. Basically, accept it, boys. You're gonna get paid normal money. You're not doing anything that special anymore, and I'm sorry. That's what that situation is.
I saw a lot of people going in on EG, and like I agree. If EG finds a way to like weasel out of their current contracts and like just bench all the players and be like, "Nah, you're not taking a pay cut. We're just gonna bench you." Like, sure, EG's piece of shit, and they're like, you for the players you
Why
really
is he
need the
a piece of
union
shit?
because it's
Are
just
they holding them hostage?
we don't know yet. We don't know what's gonna happen. And it looks like one of their
Oh.
players is already going to 100 Thieves, so it doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. So, like beyond that situation, EG asking for less pay here, I don't really see that as an issue. Like, make
I
your
mean, that's the
contracts
nature
good
of the
enough that you
beast.
can enforce them.
Yep.
Like if honestly, if EG players wanted to guarantee that they got their like the most amount of money, like don't have bench clauses. Fight for better, like don't sign a contract unless like you are guaranteed that you can get that money so long as you personally don't opt out. Uh-oh, we got who's that, Paul? Paul's muted. His army friends are winking at us.
My bad, Brantley.
Brantley?
That was Brantley. Yep.
That's such a fucking army guy name. What the fuck?
I'm supposed to be playing basketball. I may or may not have forgot. I obligated myself to this and said, "Yeah, I can play basketball."
Wow, it's a good thing I'm here.
We'll get you out in the next 10 minutes. We'll wrap this up because there's honestly like not a lot going on this week. So like
Wow,
really-
I
David
gotta
wants to get
lotion
me
up
out of
for
here.
basketball.
What?
Lotioning up for basketball.
You fucking heard him. He didn't stutter.
Why would you lotion up for basketball?
It's dry out here.
You're about to sweat.
Yep.
So how's lotion gonna help
You don't sweat out here, bro. The humidity's like 0. Sweat evaporates. I'm serious. I've like never sweat out here.
I wish I could
Almost.
sweat my eyes so I could forget the fucking mental image this is giving me.
Oh yeah.
Getting sloppy.
Oh yeah. You know how it is. I got a lot of hate on Twitter
Actually-
today. I had a good day.
I
Wait,
do
how did
not-
you get hate on Twitter?
No, I got to like see that thread existed, and it just gave me a lot of hope today.
Yeah.
Twitter still got its fastball.
Remember when somebody in this call said that Twitter was dying and he bet a drink on the fact that it was
Mhm.
gonna be
It
dead?
was David Shynock.
You bet that?
Yeah.
Why would you say
Easiest-
that?
Easiest layup of my life, no cap, as the kids would say.
It was whatever the sky was falling and like they didn't
Understanding the terminally online brains of the idiots addicted to Twitter is just too easy.
Mhm. Like, do you really think any of those people who said that they won't stand for what Elon Musk stands for and they're quitting Twitter were really gonna quit?
No, it wasn't that. It was the fact that they laid off a bunch of people, and there were reports that basically they
Oh.
cut back a bunch of functionality, and that the website was basically going to implode on itself because they didn't have enough
Yeah.
network engineers anymore.
Turns out they didn't fucking need all those people. That was a
The
vibe.
thing is, he has way too much cash to let Twitter fail this
Oh.
quick.
Also, the other funny thing is just like half of the crowd was like, nobody ever makes good arguments when they're talking about him because he makes people's brains rot. Like, they're like for every IT guy, like there's 2 more IT guys that are like, man, we have way too many fucking people working here. In any
Yeah.
job, in any IT job, you know what I mean? Like every IT guy will
It's
tell
true.
you there's way too many people working on X project or whatever. Like, and so how people couldn't see that was the case blows my mind.
Yeah, and there's tons of people who will take their jobs, and do it more efficiently because they need an entry level or whatever job. So like, it's not hard to just plug and play people, and that's why it's not a better game than League, and you shouldn't buy it.
What, Twitter?
Call of Duty. It just fell off a shelf. Or fell on the shelf.
Scared the shit out of me.
Man, we've been
Wait,
all
so you
over the
said-
place.
So are you? Did I hear you correctly? You're about to go get lubed up with a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, and play basketball.
I mean, I don't like the stereotype, but the army really do be like everyone says it is.
Oh, it's everything you could imagine and more. It happens, and it
I can't
happens quick.
understand. My stepdad was in the Air Force, so I'm unfamiliar with any of this nonsense.
Air Force is basically the same thing as the Army, but they actually get to eat good food and
I thought you were just gonna
They-
leave it at they get
they're
to eat.
happy. No, they get like Air Force is like anytime. There was one time I had to go to during COVID. I had to go to this place and stay there, and they had no air conditioning and no heating, and so it was just like whatever the temperature was outside, you just kind of had to live with. And the Air Force guy walked down there in the middle of like everyone and just looked at the sergeant major and said, "Yeah, we called our bosses over at the base and told them that you guys have no AC and this is not living conditions. So they bought us a hotel and they left. Like 5 of them just packed their bags and left." And I just looked at him leaving and went, "You can just do that?" I was like, "You can just leave?" And then the guy looked right back at all of us and said, "And all you, well, I can't say that word. All you R-words chose the army. Get back in there. Go to bed." And we all just walked back in. And I went, "Okay."
Army boy.
My stepdad had all the nice accommodations on the nuke sub. You know,
Oh,
those are the real goated accommodations.
those are tough people. I don't know how sub people do sub things. I don't know about all that jazz. Not for me. I trust land. We've been on land for a while. I like land. Maybe the sky. The sky is fine, because at least when you fall out, you just fall onto land.
Wouldn't you want to fall on the water? That's your army brain speaking.
Yeah.
That's not very Air Force of you to not.
If
know
you're
that.
falling out of the sky,
Um,
you're hitting water. It's
everybody-
concrete, anyways.
Everybody knows army guys don't have brains, David.
Yup.
Fair. Should have known that one. That's on me. My responsibility.
If they did, they wouldn't be in the army.
That's actually like facts. I think that every day.
What's the loan on your charger?
Oh, don't worry. Mine's a solid 13%. 5% better than the other guys.
Oh,
There's probably
God.
motherfuckers who went into the army and thought more percentage was a good thing.
Probably, to be honest. Like,
I'm getting a 23% return on this fucker.
I mean, I've always thought that the way you use credit cards is they're just endless money, right? You just keep using them until they quit letting you, and then you get a new one.
I will not be disabusing you of this notion at this
No.
time.
And to everybody watching, please, if you have any financial questions like that, message me. Don't listen to Paul. We're not out here preaching bad advice. Oh, God. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we send Paul off to basketball?
I mean, there's nothing to even talk about,
Nope.
really.
There's really not.
Good luck this week. You boys start playing the bottom half, right, of the standings?
Yep. We're gonna need it.
You guys are gonna get hot at the right time, and that's what makes me happy.
I hope so. As long as we get Leona every game, we're fine. They ban out Leona.
Is this like last year's Tom Catch with Ben
In a way, yeah.
or Gator W? Like,
Every
if
time
he
that he
didn't get
got
Tom Catch, yeah.
Anytime
if
he got Tom Catch, Tommy just didn't die at all.
Yeah. If he didn't get Tom Catch, we were like, "Oh Jesus."
The reenacting would be a little bit iffy.
Leota's your guys' top catch.
Basically. All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Nick, for coming on. You got any final words?
Nope.
All right. That's it for us. VODs will be up on YouTube tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I will catch you later. Adios. And stream is done.
My bad on that.